right, everybody. Danoby 2 here. Thank you for joining me once again. This is different. This is unique. This is my very first podcast, and on today's show, we're going to be talking about the just released pre-order for the Justice League Man of Steel Hot Toys figure. And joining me today is my good buddy John Boy, all the way from Georgia. If I've ever known a Superman enthusiast, it would have to be John Boy. John, what's going on?
Danoby, how you doing? Thank you for inviting me on your first podcast.
I know, this is exciting. You've been pushing me for a while now to do a podcast. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's see what happens, and let's see how the audience reacts to it, right?
Yeah. I'd like to say hi to all your subscribers out there. You know, how you all doing? I hope everything's good. And let's get ready to roll.
Have you seen the Justice League Man of Steel that was just released? Have you checked it out?
Yes. I've looked over it the past couple days, and I'm impressed. I'm really impressed.
I am too. I actually am too. I really am. A lot of folks think I'm a big Iron Man, Tony Stark enthusiast, but I do love Superman. I do enjoy Batman. I do enjoy some of the DC characters, and I've been accused of being a Marvel fanboy, but you know, I try to look at things from both sides. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed. I think the way they went with Superman in Justice League was very good. It's a new stepping stone, and like Captain America, you know, they released a couple of them, but I think this one they did a great job. They really did a great job.
Now, this is the third version of Henry Cavill's Man of Steel being released by Hot Toys, and the big hoopla with this one is a brand new head sculpt that recreates the Heat Vision light eyes. What do you think of it?
Oh, I think it's about time. I think Hot Toys giving more head sculpts, especially with Superman, because he's kind of a cursed person to give accessories to, because you can only give hands, and I mean, you know, showing him in his glory with his heat eyes, it's something cool, and I think they should. You know, maybe they, you know, as long as they don't do the whole mustache, CGI mustache. But yeah, this is your Zack Snyder version, and I think it's really cool. I think it's cool. I like how it looks. You know,
it looks good, doesn't it? It really does. It looks really good. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. Now, do you think the head you could swap with your other Man of Steels? Do you think the skin tone will link up?
Well, see, here's the thing. So we get two head sculpts with this one, and the other head is the normal version, which is a repainted version of the Batman v Superman head sculpt. So I don't see an issue why you wouldn't be able to swap the heads between this version, the Justice League version, and the Batman v Superman. It is exact same mold. But like I said, they're advertising, hey, it's a new painted head sculpt, meaning they took the existing head from the Batman v Superman and they, I guess, made him more realistic, more of a realistic skin tone. I never got the last one. I skipped the Batman v Superman just because I already had the Man of Steel. I was pretty happy with it. I thought they did a really good job. Where they hook everybody on this one is the extra head sculpt with the Heat Vision light eyes, and like you said, I guess it's about time.
Yeah, I mean, it is, especially, you know, I would also rather have seen them do maybe like take away two pairs of hands and give you the smiling Superman, like maybe the half smiling Superman, you know, like another face sculpt.
Oh, that's
you
right.
know.
Why is that?
Yeah, because he was smiling I mean, this was his new thing, and you know, you get that stoic-looking Superman that they give you, and then the red eyes. I think one more would have been pretty cool.
That's right. Why are they so against making Henry Cavill smile? I never thought about that. You're right. Why does he have to look angry and bitchy all the time?
yeah. And you notice the sculpt looks a little bit. He looks more buffer. Is it just me?
It's a new body. They're toting. It's a new, juiced up, roided body for. So they're like, hey, we got a new body here. He's juiced up. He's extra thicker. I mean, he's obviously been been hitting the gym here.
Yes, the S stretches more now.
Oh yeah, the gains. I even more reason to get the fans to hook and bait. I mean, this is the third version, so when you get the third body, how do you get the fans to hook them? How do you hook them? Well, you give them the angry, bitchy red eyes with the lasers, and you buff them up, and it worked, right? I mean, it works. For me, I'm getting them because I wanted to come. I am building the Justice League set, and I wanted to get them simply for that, you know. Now, quick question: what do you think about certain? It seems like a lot of people in the community are nitpicking which characters they want from the Justice League versus there's some that are into being bullied into getting all 6 versus you should just really get the ones you like. What do you think about that?
Well, being a collector myself and being old and being on the hunt since I couldn't tell you how long. You know, the big thing is, the big thing in collecting is you collect what you love.
Yes.
And if you love the Justice League, like I do, and if you like Superman, you get what you love. You spend the money, you save the money, and you get the one piece. Some people can afford multiple Justice Leagues, multiple Supermans. They can afford that. I have to commend Hot Toys for actually releasing them all. Because as you remember when we talked in the beginning, we didn't know if we were going to get them, right?
Here's the thing. There are 6 members in the Justice League. 5 have gone into pre-order, guaranteed to be released by Hot Toys. There's one that has not been released into pre-order. Can you guess?
That would be Cyborg.
And that would be Cyborg. If there was ever,
they do Iron Man figures.
What's that?
I said you think it'd be easy because they do Iron Man figures. You'd have the neat light up feature with the eyes and the chest, and you think it would look really neat to have Cyborg, right?
Yes. If I had to guess, he's going to be released. But let's face it, Cyborg is the black sheep of the family. Oh, no pun intended there, but
ow. Okay.
Here's a quick question. Do you know the name of the actor that plays Cyborg in Justice League?
I have no clue.
There you go.
I know his comic book name is Victor Stone, but other than that, no, I have no idea.
See, going into this podcast, I go, you know what? I bet you John Boy isn't going to know the actor, and I'm going to bring this up to him. To be fair and to defend you, I did not know the actor's name. I had to Google it. The actor's name is Ray Fisher. So,
okay.
It just as an educational piece to the listeners out there. Everybody knows Batman. It's Ben Affleck. Everybody loves Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot. Henry Cavill is Superman. Jason Momoa, Aquaman. Ezra Miller for Flash. When I got to Cyborg on my list, I'm like, what's the actor's name?
Well, Ben Affleck for now.
Ben Affleck for now. Ben Affleck for now. I think he's gonna stick around for a bit. Going back to Cyborg, you would think you like you said, it would be easy to get Cyborg already into the pre-order. My God, again, no pun intended. Cyborg really is the black sheep of the family with the Justice League. And here's the kicker. I don't particularly like Cyborg, but because I'm anal in building the set, I'm being bullied into buying him when he does come out. And that's what sucks. Same thing for Aquaman. I out of all 6 of them, if there's 2 that I do not like, it would be Aquaman. I think they did a piss poor job in his sculpt and his accessories, and I don't think the Hot Toys figure of Aquaman looks like Jason Momoa, but I got him on pre-order because I do want to build the Justice League. You and I, you know, we talked about it. We enjoyed Justice League, didn't we? We thought it was a really good movie. It was fun, right? Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I
I mean,
loved it.
it
I
wasn't.
thought it was really good.
Yeah,
I really did.
We weren't expecting an Oscar piece, right? And going into that,
No, not at all.
you know, and we weren't really surprised at the Rotten Tomatoes score of the film.
No, not off the bat. No, maybe it could have been a little bit higher, but you know, what we got is what we got.
You think Josh Whedon would have sprinkled some of his Avengers magic on the film?
A little bit more, yeah. I think he should have, yeah.
Going back to Man of Steel. Obviously, everybody is well aware of the reshoots and the whole mustache gate thing with Henry Cavill. Do you the only scene I can remember in the film where he had that fake ass smile was the opening shot, wasn't it? Where else did he have that? Okay.
The opening shot, and there was some towards the end. Okay. There were some scenes towards the end that you could see, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, that just looked fake."
Okay. You can tell that there was something off. Like what's going on here?
Yeah. Can you say Princess Leia from Rogue One?
Ooh. Well, you know, to be fair, Princess Leia from Rogue One didn't look as that bad. We knew it wasn't. But we knew Princess Leia was fake, but we were able to justify. I mean, we were able to suspend belief. Versus, we know what Henry Cavill looks like, right? We know, you know, following him in his adventures through the DCEU, we know what he looks like. I didn't think it would look that bad, to the point that it would distract me from the film, from the shot. I mean, I looked at it, it's like, oh, there's something off with his face. And the whole big joke was if Hot Toys was going to sculpt it. I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they didn't try to emulate. I'm actually glad that they recycled the original head sculpt they did from the Batman v Superman, and they're giving us the lighted head sculpt. Again, I think it's a little bit too, you know, I think it's late, but you're trying to get the fans to purchase a third figure, so it only makes sense.
Can we go back to the whole idea of them bullying you to get the whole set?
Yes, I don't like that. I've talked about that with you for you know, before. I don't think it's fair, but you know, I did enjoy the movie. If I only wanted to get certain characters from the set, it would just be Flash, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. I really didn't care for Cyborg and Aquaman. What's your take?
Well, here's my 3 cents in it. My thing is, it's like you said, the Jason Momoa looks great. I mean, you know, he's a great character, everything. They kind of skimped on the figure. They kind of, at certain points, it does look like him. At certain points, it doesn't. You know, they haven't released Cyborg. And maybe, who knows, maybe your Cyborg will be the best saved to the last. You know, maybe you'll get the alternate head with him, the armored head. Maybe you'll get something cool, something display item, like the mother box is fused or something, the arm cannons. You know, maybe they're just saving the best for the last. But once again, like we said, you know, if you want the Justice League, that's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
You know, so you're gonna buy them no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, so is it kind of could they have done some of them better? Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Hot Toys could have went all different routes. They could have had bases that interlock. You know, they could have done a lot of other things. Are they kind of bare boned to a point? Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to agree on that. Right?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. It is bare bones. They're not giving you a lot. But others will debate and argue with you. Well, what else would you want that wasn't in the movie? You know, and to me, that's not the point. I was really well. It would have been cool to get Kryptonite with Superman in this version, but Kryptonite wasn't used in this one. So that's always Hot Toys' excuse when it comes to accessories. Well, if they didn't interact with accessories in the film, then we're not painting ourselves into a corner to release it. With Jason Momoa, what did he have in the film that could have? I mean, it's as far as the Hot Toys version of Jason Momoa, all you're getting is a spear that I can remember.
Well, you could have done water effects.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you could have done water effects that would have actually been really neat to have. You know, that would have like popped on the base, maybe like or swirling around him. You know what I'm saying?
Or maybe an extra head where it looks like he's holding his breath underwater. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I can just see that now. Aquaman having a fart.
Look, Jason Momoa did a phenomenal job bringing Aquaman to life in the film. I liked it. That was one of the cool parts in the film. You know, I dig it, man. I mean, his lines. I mean, they really butched up Aquaman. Aquaman has always been a pansy for the last 50 whatever years. I mean, they've always struggled to make Aquaman relevant, and they couldn't have done a better job with him. So I applaud Jason Momoa, and I think his standalone film is going to be really, really good. It's just the figure from Hot Toys doesn't look that great. It looks stiff. It doesn't look very articulated. You think it looks like him. I think it kind of looks like him. But here's the thing. It took a second version of Wonder Woman, Hot Toys, for them to get it right, because the second sculpt of Wonder Woman looks phenomenal compared to the first one that I dissected.
Yes, we remember that video fondly.
Yeah. We got two versions of Batman. I mean, Jesus, if there's two characters that the Foundation and the Empire of Hot Toys has built, it's obviously Batman and Tony Stark, right? I mean, these are the two that have built Hot Toys to what they are, because we've out of the Justice League, we've got two pre-order versions of Batman before we finally got Superman. So
did we ever get a Batfleck head?
Yes, you get it in the last pre-ordered version. In the regular suited Batman version, you get the Batfleck head. Oh. So yeah, that's the one I got on pre-order. I don't have the tech suit, the one that looks like from Watchmen, the Owl version one.
The Owlman, yes.
Yeah, it looked like Zack Snyder was reusing some of his artwork from Watchmen to design this suit, and
yes, the little goggles just don't do it.
The goggles just don't do it. The goggles don't do it. You saw the video that I took at Comic-Con on the Batmobile. I don't think Hot Toys will ever release the 1/6 scale Batmobile.
You know, I don't know. You know, they do vehicles, but would I put my hope out on it? No.
No, I wouldn't either.
No, especially since Mattel released theirs. Yeah. That you have finally. You've done a good video on and redid it like it should be.
Yeah.
Applaud you for that.
Yeah. I liked it. I really do like the Ultimate Batmobile. I mean, for being a kid's toy, they did a really bang up job on it.
Yeah, very good. And you know, like I said, I wouldn't hold my breath on that from Hot Toys. Yeah. You know, even other figures, like we were talking about Aquaman. I don't think you're going to see a shirtless one.
Yeah, even though there seems to be a demand in the community, I've noticed folks doing customs on it. Mm-hmm. I just don't think we're gonna get a shirtless version. Now, I wouldn't care. To me, Aquaman is the suit. It's the power suit. But I can see. But you know, but in that defense too, would you want as a collector a Henry Cavill shirtless version from the dead? Was he shirtless when he came back from the dead?
Yes. Yeah. I wouldn't want one. To be honest with you, I would have thought Hot Toys would have done the black-suited one from Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Remember the one in the dream sequence with the silver S? And I think it only had like 5-minute showtime, but that was about it.
That was about it, yeah. Yeah, I actually thought they were going to do that one, too. I really, really thought they were going to do that one, too. After Cyborg, I don't see them visiting any other characters from Justice League I mean... The film was critically panned. I mean, it made decent money. I just see that's the thing with Hot Toys. And remember, I was telling you that they're not going to invest in characters that fans aren't willing to shell out top dollar for. And I think after Cyborg, I mean, that's it. We're not going to get a Perry White, right? We're not fans aren't going to spend money on a Lawrence Fishburne version.
Well, they don't do villains good, so I doubt you'll see Steppenwolf.
Oh God. Oh man.
So
yeah.
Maybe Mira. I mean, Mira would be the only one, and I think maybe they'll save her for the Aquaman film.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, is she? What is she in the Aquaman lore? I always forget. What is her position? Is she a queen? Is she?
Well, yes, she's Aquaman's queen, and she's the love interest for Aquaman. During different comic times, she was different things, but she's always remained true to being Aquaman's first love.
Okay. Yeah,
so.
I could see her being visited as a Hot Toys in the Aquaman standalone film. We still don't have a Lois Lane though, but would you want a Lois Lane though?
From what movie?
Well, let's say Justice. Well, we don't have one yet. So and she's been featured in all 3 films. God, I can't even think of the actress's name right now.
Amy Adams.
Oh my goodness, Amy Adams. How forgetful. I mean, how forgettable she is. Ugh.
Well, I don't think you'll ever see a Clark Kent figure. I don't think they'll go that route either.
Oh, that'd be unique. I never thought about that.
They could, but I don't think they would ever do it.
Like a collector's set, where you get kind of like what they did with Steve Rogers and Captain America and his regular street clothes version and his suited version.
Yeah, something like that. Have it where you could pull the shirt open and have the S inside, like it was in Justice League, the end of Justice League.
That's odd. I never thought about that. I never thought why they wouldn't. Yeah, I honestly think that would sell. I think that'd be kind of cool. But he doesn't. See, the thing with that, it sounds cool as a collector. It's like, wow, a Clark Kent, Henry Cavill figure sounds pretty cool. I like to have that displayed. But he doesn't spend a lot of time in the role, though. Right?
Well, in Batman v Superman, yes.
Well, in which version, though? It wasn't in the director's version we got to see. In the theatrical version, we didn't, though, did we?
Not as much as the ultimate cut, that second cut that came out. No.
Okay. It's like they try to steer the character away from being Clark Kent. I'm like, with the Christopher Reeve era, we always saw ample time spent as Clark Kent. If anything, that was the best part, was the dual roles. But in this version, he's just, angry, smiling, and.
But if you remember with Christopher Reeve, though, Christopher Reeve, he based his acting on Cary Grant. And it was a different character than who he was as Superman, where Henry Cavill, his role is basically the same thing as Clark and Superman.
Oh.
If you really think about it.
He does not differentiate himself from the role, is what you're saying, from the characters, is what you're saying.
No, I mean, look at the Christopher Reeve portrayal. I mean, look, if anyone who watches, all your subscribers, anyone who watches the old Christopher Reeve, Richard Donner films, he had his shoulders were slumped when he was Clark.
Yeah.
His tone of his voice was down, and basically he was Cary Grant. I mean, he was that Cary Grant from Cary Grant's comedies. And when he became Superman, the shoulders went up, everything went up, and you're like, okay, that's Superman.
Oh, interesting.
Look at the scene where in Superman 2, great version, when he pulls his glasses off to reveal the Lois Lane. He unmasks himself to her, and the glasses come off, the shoulders go up, and then you're like, uh-oh, there's Superman,
I see. Versus Henry Cavill doesn't do that. He doesn't create that persona of Clark Kent.
Yeah, his Clark Kent was a little weak.
Yeah. No, which is fine. I mean, again, this is a business. It's really all about selling tickets and action figures, and obviously they want to focus more of him being Superman, But Clark Kent is still part of him. It's still part of what makes him Superman in his daily...
Well, maybe not anymore, because now that Clark and Superman died together, and now he's back in Justice League, how are they going to explain that?
Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true, yeah.
Plus, the news the other day is now you're getting Man of Steel 2.
I told you, I'll believe a Man of Steel when I see production photos. Warner Brothers, they are all over the place. They really are. I mean, they say they're going to do a film, then they back away, then they, like, are we even still getting the Ezra Miller Flash version? Wasn't that?
Well, I think it's Flashpoint. Am I not right?
Well, they say they are, but are they moving forward with any of that? You know, the only thing that seems to be moving forward is we got to see a production photo from Aquaman, so we know that's coming. We know Wonder Woman is obviously the pillar of the community for Warner Brothers in the DCEU. We know that's happening. We're getting another Suicide Squad. We know that's happening, right?
Yes, Suicide Squad 2.
Another Suicide Squad 2. Justice League did okay. I mean, it didn't make the money that the studio was expecting, but I'm still hopeful that we're still going to get another Justice League 2, right? I mean, this isn't the end of it, right? This is
well, DC has two ways of going. They could either go up and soar, or they can sink into the ocean with Aquaman.
Yeah.
I mean, really. So they have to build now to a Justice League 2.
Yeah.
That's their formula that they have to fly with. They have to build to that Justice League 2. Aquaman is directed by James Wan, who everyone knows does great in horror films. We have to wait and see how he does with this.
Okay.
You know, it's out of his wheelhouse. Yeah. So, you know, will it be good? We have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Flashpoint, they're saying that the Flashpoint film that Ben Affleck's supposed to be doing it, but with Flashpoint, and I don't know how many people know that who read it, how Flash changed time. Is it their way of interjecting someone else in there as Batman?
Yeah.
So you also got that, and then Suicide 2, who cares? Suicide Squad 2, who cares, right?
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
The first one really didn't hit. So.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, the only cool thing from the first one was Harley Quinn, and that was it. That was, if she wasn't in the film, I mean, let's face it, we didn't pay to see Will Smith in Suicide Squad. We paid to see, you know, Margot Robbie in Suicide Squad and Jared Leto's take on Joker. Collectors out there, Hot Toy collectors, don't procrastinate is what John Boy here is saying. It could be a very long time before we get another Justice League movie. And if you like the characters and you enjoyed the film, you may want to collect these characters. I don't know how many. I don't know what the pre-order list is. I don't know who out there is jumping on these pre-orders. I don't get the characters that you have an emotional connection with. Get the ones you like. I'm building the Justice League. Again, me and John Boy, we enjoyed the film. I'm going to build the Justice League. And again, the DCEU is not the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's extremely unstable. I support both, you know, and I've told this to John before. I support all these comic movies because I have that fear that one bad superhero comic book movie can take it all down. So.
Well, I mean, you have to look at it as eventually it's all going to end, right? Everything ends.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just you know what it is? It's the time. It's the feeling. Like, for instance, the pre-order went up for Superman. In the news, you know, they've already shown you the 100th episode of Action Comics with the new Superman on it, and the Jim Lee cover, and it looks phenomenal. You know, he's back to the red trunks, and it looks like Superman. You know, you have two other Superman figures in the Mattel multiverse that are out there now. You know, there's a call for it now.
Yeah.
But as we know, you know, in what, a couple months, you have a little movie called Infinity War coming out.
Yeah.
And by that time, people will be like, who? Super who?
Yeah.
Because Infinity War will be all over.
Yeah.
And as a Hot Toy collector, like, you know, how many people are you going to do for Infinity War? There's so many in there.
So many.
You know,
I mean,
now
that's
for
scary.
me,
Yeah.
I would be more excited out of all the Infinity War figures. And I'll ask you, well, I know you love Iron Man.
Yeah.
I know you're an Iron Man fan, but what character would you love to see Hot Toys do out of the Infinity War?
Out of Infinity War, I can tell you the one that I would least like. I can tell you right off the bat, and it's Thanos. I don't care for Thanos for this version, for this Infinity War version. I think it's going to be a letdown. I think people are going to get all snoked up for this Thanos, and it's going to be a
snoked up.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
and it's going to and it's going to be a letdown. I'd be lying to the audience if I had said I wasn't looking forward to the Hulkbuster suit, to the Infinity War Hulkbuster suit. Obviously, he's putting a little bit more time into the suit. I'm not excited for the Spider-Man Infinity suit.
The Iron Spider doesn't look good.
It doesn't look that good. It looks okay. I still like the Homecoming suit. I'm not a big fan of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't.
This is going to sound weird.
Yeah.
But the one I would be most willing to get would be the Wasp.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because first of all, Evangeline Lilly is beautiful.
Yeah.
And if they were to give you a head sculpt with her, that would be the one I would want.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Everybody. I mean, it's the whole family for Infinity War. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I know a lot of fans are excited for the bearded version of Captain America. It looks fine. I mean, I collect the cap too. I really do. I always get a kick out of which suit version we get. It's really weird. It's really hard to pick which one I'm really looking forward to. For me, it's easier to tell you which one I'm willing to dodge. I don't need Thanos. I don't need another Hawkeye. I don't care for Vision. The Guardians of the Galaxy can get scrapped. Doctor Strange, no.
They've done.
They've done already, so I can't imagine them bringing anything new to Doctor Strange. It's really Tony's suit. It's really Tony Stark's suit and how he gets his ass kicked. Obviously, he's going to get pummeled, right?
Right, we've seen it.
We've seen it, and I guess the easy way out for me would be the new Hulkbuster armor, would be the new suit. I mean, that would obviously be it. I mean, but speaking of Infinity War, I know we jumped off track here from Superman, but you know that production photos have leaked that there's a sequence in the movie. It could be time travel. We don't know if it's a flashback. They do go back to the original New York battle from the Avengers battle, and everybody's back in the original costumes. So I wonder if they would re-release any of those original costumes back from 2012 when they had those Hot Toys.
Well, that's part 4. That's movie 4.
Oh, would that be movie 4?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's movie 4 that they're showing you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it wouldn't be in this one then?
No, 3 is done and complete.
Okay.
So you're seeing scenes from 4 because I think they're like shooting back to back.
Okay.
So in that version, yes. I think you'd probably see some redones.
That'd be kind of cool, kind of in the style of Back to the Future too. They kind of going back to the original locations and going back to the original suits. That would be neat. That would be neat.
And you figure now that they've acquired 20th Century Fox, are they going to throw in Fantastic Four references, X-Men references? The field's open now.
Oh God, yeah. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Jumping back to Justice League. When does it come out on Blu-ray?
I believe it's next month.
I believe it's next month too. Yeah. We'll probably get a director's cut version, which is their answer to pleasing the fanboys, right?
Well, no, I heard that you're gonna get deleted footage, but it's not gonna be that Snyder version that everyone wants.
Oh.
And on recent news, they've said that in the artwork for it, they've brightened up the outfits, the suits for the heroes.
Yikes. Boy, everybody was betting so much money on Justice League. They really thought it was going to be the shit, didn't they? They thought coming off the coattails of Wonder Woman, they thought Gal Gadot was just gonna rock this production.
Well, let's put our cards on the table. She's gotten better, right?
She's gotten better. Her acting's gotten better. Somebody's coaching her, right?
Yeah.
But to play devil's advocate, Henry Cavill's acting has also improved too, because he was like a wooden plank in Man of Steel. So
and we don't want to hear Martha one more time.
Oh goodness, I know. God, no more Martha cracks. No, he's gotten better. I like Henry Cavill. I think he's a good actor. I think he owns the role. He is Superman. He just needs a decent script. That's all he really needs. I think he's great.
He's Superman for this generation.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he is Superman for this generation, and I think what another curse is. I think him and Gal Gadot are typecast.
Yes.
So I think that will be their crowning achievement. You know, but they should. I mean, let's face it. Superheroes now, you should get at least a 4-movie deal reprising the character. Am I right?
Yeah. No, I agree. Own the role. You know,
yes.
Don't shy away from it. Don't punk out like Ben Affleck. Own it. There's nothing wrong with it. Will you get typecast? Probably. You know, I can't see Gal Gadot doing anything else other than Wonder Woman now, or anything else that will sell tickets. See, these are actors and actresses, and that's great. They want to expand their palette, but are you going to buy a movie ticket with Gal Gadot in a serious drama film? Probably not.
No. She any of these actors who have done these roles that are over the top hero roles, the only way they can go farther is if you're doing another over the top character. Like if Gal Gadot was doing Tomb Raider. You know, or someone of that caliber, even though we know that Alicia Vikander is doing the Tomb Raider.
I see.
You know, but if she were to jump into someone where you'd be like, ooh, okay, now let's see how this works. Kind of like Harrison Ford. You know, Han Solo, Indiana Jones, Jack Ryan. Come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And it's not every actor can do that. It's just, to me, Harrison Ford has always been unique. For some weird reason, I can see him as Dr. Jones, and I can see him as Deckard from Blade Runner. I could see him in these different roles versus other actors and actresses. No, like for me, and I've told you this before, Robert Downey Jr. will always be Iron Man. I can't, when he tries to do something else, to me, it doesn't work. He is Tony Stark.
Well, I mean, a lot of people look at the Sherlock Holmes.
That's true. Well, that's true. That's true. He did do good with the Sherlock Holmes. You're right.
But you figure now you have Cumberbatch that everyone loves. So that's what killed that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't think Ben Affleck will get typecast as Batman, though. I mean, he's not really invested into the role, so I can see him moving on after the role. Once he abandons the role, it's not like he's going to take Batman with him wherever he goes.
No, I think he's safe for that. Ben Affleck is a good director. His directed movies are great. A lot of his acting leaves a lot to be desired.
Goodness.
You know, can we say Daredevil?
Yeah.
You know,
No, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Hey, pop quiz. Do you remember the actor that plays Cyborg?
Ray Fisher.
Okay, good.
And now I'll remember that from now
on. I don't think Ezra Miller as Flash is going to get typecast. I think he's a good actor. He's done he's in the Harry Potter universe doing something else. So I think
Fantastic Beast.
Fantastic Beast. So I think he'll be fine. Jason Momoa. No, I think he'll be fine. I think Jason Momoa will not get typecast.
Well, look at Momoa's roles. You know, he was in Stargate. He was in Stargate Atlantis.
Okay.
Okay, big guy. Then he went to Conan. That I don't know if anyone saw.
I think 12 people in Minnesota saw it, but.
Oh, okay. The Minnesota faction. Okay. And then he went to Game of Thrones.
Yep.
And now he's Aquaman. So any big guy with long hair, he's got the role pegged.
Yeah, he's definitely good. He's definitely good. Overall. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here, folks. This is good. So the lesson learned from this episode is don't procrastinate. It could be, if you want the Justice League Hot Toys superheroes, you may want to jump out on the pre-orders. You may, because it could be a very long time before we see another Justice League film. I look forward to it. I mean, I enjoyed the film. I am still loyal and dedicated to the Emperor of Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I do enjoy Star Wars. Me and John Boy, we do love Star Wars. We do love Justice League, but in the end, when Order 66 is initiated, we will destroy anybody against the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right?
Yeah, that's how it's going to go.
That's how it's going to go, right?
Whenever you hear that 66 come, it's over.
You know,
pretty much.
You know, I mean, let's face it. If Justice League 2 and Infinity War opened up on the same opening night, it's a no-brainer, right? You're going to go see Infinity War. In fact, if Star Wars Episode 9, Justice League 2, and the next Infinity War opened up all on the same night, everybody would still go to Infinity War, the next Avengers movie. And you know we're probably going to get some hate for this.
Star Wars is a whole nother podcast.
And that'll be a whole nother podcast. So you know what?
That's another podcast.
You know what? I think the next podcast will be Star Wars. We have some issues with that one.
Yes, that one has to be divulged. That second one has to be about Star Wars.
Yeah,
but going back to what you've said, you know, collectors out there, the Justice League, all 6 of them on your shelf, is going to look badass.
Yeah, it is.
and they are going to release a Cyborg. I guarantee you money, because they are not going to let that one slide.
No, I agree. It's they will drag their feet though. Yes, no, I agree with you. They are going to do Cyborg. It could just, at this point now, I mean, you figure they just released the pre-order for Superman, for Justice League, and that's not scheduled to be released, according to these stats here, January of next year, 2019. Yeah. So, at this rate, we could probably expect a Cyborg probably in the middle or maybe even the end of next year. So it's going to be a long time. But I would still say with confidence, and I'm with you, they are going to do Cyborg, but they're not going to rush it.
well, can we say Drax?
Oh, man. What a mess.
I'm still waiting for my Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger. It's not going to happen. Let it go.
Sorry.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Danoby 2 out, and...
All I want to say is love you all and just keep collecting.
All right, very nice.